especially for students who are new to my class, is on Canvas. There's my email address and the phone number that links directly to my classroom. So if you have any questions about an assignment, feel free to send me an email or give me a phone call. That tech support is for students. So if you're having issues with Canvas at any time or any technology support, that number 317-387-2525 is for students specifically. And then also tutoring, I stay after on Tuesdays from 2:30 to 3:10. You do need to have your own transportation. And there's also the 21st Century Learning Center that's Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 5:30. And they offer support in all subjects, math, English, science, social studies, you name it. Okay, so let's talk about homework. So we're in Unit 7, and in Unit 7, there are 6 assignments. These assignments, those due dates are tentative due dates, so you don't have to have them done by that date. You still get full credit as long as you have them submitted by January 26th. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you not to wait to the last minute though, because homework scores negatively impact your grade if you don't do them. There has never been a situation in my 15 years as a teacher where a student did their homework and failed the class. So with that being said, I really want to strongly encourage you to stay on top of completing your homework assignments and not waiting until the very, very end. So the first assignment isn't due until Friday, and we're really not going to get into that material for a few more days. Today, I'm just going to do a very, very brief review on how to factor. The other thing that you'll notice is a calendar, and on this calendar is what I will cover each day. I will put the recordings up so you can go back and look at those recordings also. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started on just a really, really brief. We were going to do a get to know you activity, and I don't have that available on Zoom or on Canvas yet. It was a in-class assignment, so I wasn't able to pivot fast enough and get something ready for you to do virtually. So we will kind of play it day by day and see what this week looks like and if, how we're going to proceed. All right, so go ahead and get out a sheet of paper since you don't have your Agile Mind books yet. Get out a sheet of paper, and we're just going to do a couple of questions over factoring today. Are you able to see the screen okay? If not, can you please let me know in the chat or unmute your mic so that I can adjust that? But there should be 3 questions on the screen, and it started at number 9. Okay, so I didn't hear anything, so I'm assuming that you all can see the question. So whenever you're asked to factor, you always start by looking for a GCF. So step number one is to look for GCF, which represents the greatest common factor. So for number 9, we have 5x minus 25, and that can be written as, because 25 is the same as 5 times 5. So we have a 5 times x minus a 5 times 5. So what do they have in common? They both have a 5. So if I factor out that 5, I am left with x minus 5. And that is your final answer. For number 10, 6x squared is a 6, and then you have 2 x's minus 36, which is 6 times 6 times x. So what they both have, because you can only take it away if they both have it, is they both have a 6 and an x that you can take away. So that 6x comes out. And then left inside of your parentheses is an x minus 6. That is your GCF, and that's all you can do. For number 11, this is a special case. So for a special case, if you have perfect squares, and it's also subtraction. And you also have even exponents. So that's a lot. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. These are your 3 things that you're looking for to do a very special pattern. So we have a square, which is even, 2 is even. 1 is a perfect square, and 1 is a perfect square. And it's subtraction. So when you do that, we're just going to make 2 parentheses when you see this. The a squared, that we're going to put an a in the front of each. And then the square root of 81 is 9. So a 9 goes in the back. One it has to be addition and the other has to be subtraction. And that is your final answer. So that factors down to 8 plus 9 times a minus 9. So we're only going to do 2 more questions today, just a really brief introduction for factoring. So our last 2 questions are numbers 13 and 14. So take a moment to copy these 2 down, and then we'll go through them together shortly. Okay, so for question number 13, we have to make our box. So we make our box. The x squared goes top left, and the negative 24 goes bottom right. Okay, so we need to find 2 numbers that multiply to a times c. So a is 1, so 1 times negative 24, and they add to b. So those 2 numbers would be negative 8 and positive 3. So that will go in the other 2 squares. And now you're going to go row by row, column by column, and take out your GCF. So in this first row, my GCF is simply x. In the second row, I can divide both of those by a positive 3. The first column has a GCF of x, and the second column, negative 8. So the factors would be x plus 3 times x minus 8. So we're trying to figure out what we have to multiply to get x squared minus 5x minus 24. These are the 2 factors that we would have to multiply. All right, let's look at question number 14. The first thing we want to do is divide it by 2, because that is our GCF. So we have x squared minus 14x plus 15. when I look at what I have left, in order for me to factor this further, we would need two numbers that would multiply to positive 15 and add to negative 14. And those numbers don't exist because the only numbers that multiply to be 15 are 1 times 15 and 3 times 5. And we can't add these to get negative 14. So my final answer for number 14 is we can only take out our GCF. We have our 2 in the front, and this would be my final answer. Okay, so I just wanted to do a very short introduction. Stay tuned for information about the remainder of the week. I will be on here for a few more moments if you have questions. If not, I will see you in class tomorrow. Have a great day.